Hi Wabasha Kellogg students and families. Welcome back to this brand new and different year at WK. I'm Christy Kropp, Food Service Director, and I want to tell you a little bit about some of the changes in food service this year. We've been busy making plans for how to serve your children safely and efficiently with lots of new procedures. Some students will be eating in the cafeteria, some will be in their classrooms, some will be in alternative spaces, and some will be eating at home. So today I'd like to have you step inside the building with me and we'll look at what breakfast and lunch is going to look like for our different ages of kids. Here we are in the hallway for preschool, kindergarten, and first grade, and we're going to talk about breakfast for those ages. Here's Rachel, who has come down to help out and show you where you're going to stand and walk. Thanks, Rachel, for helping us.
No problem.
Those of you who ate breakfast here last year will recognize the breakfast cart. We will bring it down just like we did before, but instead of all ages lining up behind the cart, we will stop at each classroom individually, and your teacher will tell you when it's time to come out and line up with just your class 6 feet apart. Some of you last year got to punch your own numbers in our keypads, but we won't be doing that this year. Your teachers and our food service staff will take care of getting your numbers entered. It looks like our cart is all set up for breakfast on the first day of school this year, and our choices are going to be on that day cereal or a Pop-Tart. Rachel's going to come through the line and let us know if she's choosing cereal or a Pop-Tart. Just in case we can't hear her big strong voice because of her mask, we also want her to point for us.
I'll have a Pop-Tart.
We'll put her Pop-Tart and whatever else, milk, fruit, juice, into her boat, hand it to Rachel, and she will go back to her classroom. And then we will move to the next classroom. This will start at 8 o'clock after all of the kids have come to school. Here we are in the cafeteria, and we're going to talk about lunch. We're going to talk about how you get in line for lunch, how you get your food for lunch, and how you sit down for your lunch. Okay, here we go. And here comes Rachel. She is walking up from the elementary, leading her class. She's walking right next to the glass windows of the gym. That's the walking lane. When she gets to the end of the walking lane, she'll turn around and come back in the lunch line lane. She's leading the class, and when they get to their stopping point, everyone can stand on one of the stickers because they're 6 feet apart. Great, now we're ready to get our food. In the morning, your teacher will have asked you if you want hot lunch or a sack lunch. So first I'm going to show you what the kids who chose hot lunch will do. They will walk over and grab a milk. There's chocolate milk and white milk in our cooler. Just pick one. Try not to touch any other milks. Just pick the milk you want and you'll carry that up to the lunch line. Look at this, the lunch line looks different than it did last year. There are plexiglass shields here. We might not be able to hear you very well because we're wearing masks and you're wearing masks, and there's a shield here. But please know we're smiling at you under our masks. You're still holding onto your milk, you're walking through the lunch line, but you don't have to carry a tray. The lunch ladies will have your tray inside, and they will fill your tray, and at the end, you'll get your tray. Someone will help hand it to you. Put your milk on it, and now you're ready to go find your spot to sit. Here I am back at the standing in line place again. Now I'm going to choose a cold lunch. If you choose cold lunch, you don't have to go through that big line up there where the hot lunch is. You can come right over here, and you'll pick up your cold lunch and your milk over here. So here's your bag, and you'll have your milk, and now you're ready to find your spot to sit too. Also just want to let you know that on Fridays, your lunch schedule will stay the same, but your lunch choice will be different. On Fridays, the elementary is all getting sack lunches, and the reason for that is the high school schedule has changed and there isn't the window of time to dish up those hot lunches. So on Fridays, everyone's going to do the line that comes over here and picks up cold lunches and milk. Okay, so now you have your lunch, either a lunch bag or a lunch tray, and it's time to sit down. You don't have to stop at the cashier because we're not using those keypads anymore. The lunch ladies and the teacher or para who is helping you will take care of getting your lunch numbers entered. When you go to your seat, you will have an assigned seat and a seating chart in the cafeteria. That's because in case we have to do contact tracing someday and find out who was sitting where, you'll always be at the same spot. Your teacher or para will make out that seating chart and tell you where to sit. When you go to find your spot, look for the yellow smiley face. That's where you're going to sit. Everyone who's sitting in the cafeteria will sit on the same side of the table, facing the same direction toward our big windows outside. There's also a new row of tables right along the windows, and if you're sitting there, your sticker is located on the table, so you're sitting in the middle of that table. Our kindergarten class will be walking a little farther and sitting in the front lobby, in the commons. There are desks out there, and that's where our kindergarten class will sit. We know that you'll work very hard to carry your trays carefully, but we're here to help if there's a spill. Now I'm outside and the mask break feels really good. You'll be able to take your masks off when you sit down to eat as well, and so I hope that that'll be a good part of your breakfast and lunchtime for you. But when you're coming through the lunch lines with your masks on, we will appreciate waves and thumbs up, and we'll know that you are smiling at us behind your masks. Thank you for watching this video. I know it's a lot of information, and although my daughter was great help, I just don't think we're quite ready for Hollywood acting and filming just yet. I know it's all new and confusing, but I hope that it was also helpful and answered some of your questions. There are a lot of things that are not included in this video, but there is one that I just want to mention quickly, and it's about entering and leaving the cafeteria. A lot of attention has been given to the lunch schedule, but that schedule is so complicated. There may be some times when our high school students are entering at about the same time that our preschool through first graders are leaving. And so high schoolers, I just want you to please watch out for our littlest falcons and give them the space they need. And I know they would appreciate your thumbs up and waves too. Our goals this year in food service are 1, safety and health of our staff and students, 2, nutritious food and hopefully food that the kids like, and 3, systems that are efficient and run smoothly to get food to the students quickly. You'll notice that our menus are simpler this year. Instead of 2 hot choices and 1 cold choice, we have 1 hot and 1 cold. But we did pick some of our student favorites for the hot choices, and we'll keep repeating them over. We will not have self-service items this year, and we are not offering a la carte to start the year. We definitely want to bring that back when safety and schedules and space and staff allow for it. It'll probably look a little more like a concession stand. In September, the junior and senior high students will notice that they have the same cold sandwich option as the elementary students, but we will work to bring some more interesting options for cold choices to the secondary students in October. We know it's going to take a while for staff and students to get used to these new systems, and we'll be patient. It's also going to take us lunch ladies a while to get used to all these new systems, especially when some of them are going on at the same time in different parts of the building. So hopefully you can be patient with us as well. We are going to work hard to be consistent, but we're also going to work hard to be flexible and adjust as we find better ways to do our jobs. All summer, we've been reading and emailing, attending webinars and in-person meetings and brainstorming and creating the best food service plans that we can. These plans have come together with a lot of help from our food service staff, our teachers and paras, our custodians, and our administration. Now it's time for students and families to join the process. I'm so appreciative of everyone working together. We know that working together will be a valuable part of our upcoming school year. We're all in this together. Wishing everyone a great start to the 2020-2021 school year at Wabasha Kellogg.